Dr. Stu here to answer your questions. So let's get to today's question. Today's question comes from John in Ohio. Hello, Dr. Stu. Thank you so much for speaking with us each day. Coming from New York City myself, it's heartbreaking to see what's happening there, in particular with the doctors, nurses, and other medical staff. Well, John, thank you so much for your sentiments. You know, we're feeling a lot of really great support from around the country. This is going to be a hard time for us here in New York. And my colleagues that are working in the emergency departments around the city are struggling to keep up, and we're not even at the apex yet. So thank you very much for your sentiments, and we're looking forward to support coming in from around the country to help us here in New York. So let's get to your question. John continues. My question, it looks like it's a lighthearted question. So my question is about sex during the pandemic. Can I have sex whenever I want during the pandemic? Is it safe to be intimate with someone that I live with? Well, John, that's a really good question. I guess my first, I don't know who you are actually. I guess one of my first questions back to you is, were you able to have sex whenever you want before the pandemic? Because that's going to be the big determining if you could have it afterwards. The short answer is there's been no evidence that you can transmit coronavirus through intimacy, right? Now, that doesn't mean that you can't transmit it by respiratory droplets, right? So if you can imagine, now let's try and put this picture in your brain. So imagining you're trying to wear personal protective equipment while you're being intimate, right? So imagine you're together with somebody that you care about and you have on a face shield with a full N95 mask and you have on a gown with shoe covers and you've got gloves on and you're protecting yourself from respiratory droplets. It's really hard to be intimate doing that, as you can imagine, right? So when you're with somebody, you're going to be closer than 6 feet and you're going to be in their respiratory droplets. The respiratory droplets are coming out of your mouth and nose and the other person's mouth and nose, right? So you're going to be, so there is that chance that you are going to spread the coronavirus when you're with somebody. However, if you're living with them and you have a routine of being intimate with them, then you're probably in each other's droplets already. And because there's no evidence that this virus is transmitted through intimacy that way, then you can certainly continue with your normal routine because intimacy is a very important part of relationships. Now, this is not the time to start getting in somebody's respiratory droplets that you're not living with, that you're not with every day, right? Because that would be violating social distancing and that would put you and the other person at risk. But if you're with somebody that you live with and you have a routine of intimacy, then have a good time. I hope that answers your question. If you have a question and you'd like a science-based answer, then please send me an email. Go to our website, drstu.org. That's doctorstu.org. Come to our website, send us a question, send us a comment. I'm happy to answer your questions with science-based, actual practical tips. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.